My name is Mike Caldwell. I am the mayor of Ogden, and this is my 11th and a half year of being mayor of Ogden.
I'm Suzanne Elger, and I served one term on town council, which is 4 years, and then 2 years on planning commission prior to that.
My name is Daniel McGuire. I have been the mayor, and I am presently a council member of the town of Rockville in southwestern Utah, population 247.
I'm Lisa Zunft. I've been on the Springdale Town Council for nearly 8 years, 2 terms. Before that, I was a resident who came to the meetings, planning commission meetings and town council meetings for about 5 or 6 years and just sat there, read packet material, asked a lot of questions, got myself on committees with staff, constantly called staff about stuff, and just knew a lot about what was going on, and finally decided that I wanted to actually be part of the actual vote rather than just the comments.
I think when people run for office, a lot of times they feel like they have some things that they think they can easily come in and do, and they can work through, and I have this passion to come in and correct this and do this, and it really is not that easy. There are a lot of guardrails, there's a lot of legal issues. You don't know what the legislature is gonna tell you have to or cannot do, and so the ability to work with people across the spectrum and try to figure out how to compromise and make other people get their needs met first, and then you get to build some equity that way and come in and get yours addressed.
There was openings on town council. A couple of people asked me if I would run, and it was so out of my comfort zone. I was like, no. And then my husband, whose career aspiration has been to be an attorney and get into politics. I mean, he is a total political junkie. He was like, you really should do this. And I'm like, no. And enough people got on me. I thought, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot. I'll take I'll try it out.
One of the things I had to learn when I first came in was that you don't need to respond to every single person that has something that they're interested in. One of the things about city council meetings is you never ever get people that come to a city council meeting to say, this is fantastic, you guys did such a great job plowing our streets and everything else, we just wanted to come and say thank you for that. Anybody that typically comes to council meetings has an axe to grind or they're upset about something.
When you get elected, that's part of the job, taking the criticism with grace, or the comments with grace, whatever it is, or the thank you from one person and the no thank you from someone else. They both have the same weight and value, and it's part of the job.
Yeah, too often the public thinks that we don't listen to them if they don't get their way. And they forget that somebody else also had something to say. And so we're taking in everybody's comments, and sometimes you're going to get what you want and sometimes you're not. I mean, same thing for me on a council. Sometimes, most of the time I get what I think is right for the town. Sometimes I don't.
People think because you're old you know so much, but you really don't. Young people is where it's at. Talk to young people, they'll tell you the truth.
One of the pieces of advice I would give to newly electeds and people that are in council meetings and working through that is to realize I'm working with 90,000 residents in Ogden, Utah. And if you get 9 or 10 that show up consistently and they're just upset about a single issue, that's not representative of the 90,000 people we represent. So sometimes the hardest thing to do, but the most important thing to do is just to be patient and not get emotionally baited into arguments because somebody made something personal or anything else. I think it's really critical that people take the high road, look at the overall view of what we're trying to do and what we're providing for our residents.
That's what I'd like them to know, is the network. Get out there and find out what's going on outside your community. Become known. Get to know people, get their business cards, and don't be afraid to call them and ask for help. It's that simple.
As soon as December is over and I've gotten through my 8 years as town council, I will be paying attention. I will be keeping my mouth shut most of the time, unless there's something that I think is so important that the new council doesn't understand. As a resident, I will be making sure they know that. But I want to be respectful of the new town council, so they have the chance to get in there and listen to staff and get things done. So for me, it will be staying engaged as a resident, but at the same time, giving everybody space to do what the next chapter is for Springdale.
Being a mayor and a member of the council as well has been one of the most enriching times of my life. It's been a great experience, a great ride. I love being mayor because you could do things, you could gain consensus with your council and get things done in your community as we did. The public is so supportive of elected officials. It was a surprise to me, but even as a mayor of a little town, the respect that they give to the mayor and other elected officials is really impressive. And that goes throughout the state.
Utah has for a long time been recognized as one of the best managed states. And that's not just because of one or two or three people or policies, that's because collectively we have a culture of being able to come together and problem solve. And that's not the case in a lot of other states. And I'm really proud of those that are willing to sacrifice their free time, not go to their kids' baseball games, soccer games, have their own hobbies because they want to serve their communities. You don't do it for the money. I mean, the amount of hours for the compensation would never play out if you didn't have different motives for being willing to serve in public office. And I really do respect and admire everybody that's willing to put their name on a ballot. Everybody that's done it understands how personal it is and how it impacts your family and everything else. And it takes a lot of courage, and I respect and admire everybody that's willing to come into public office.
Okay, if you want me to keep going, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Then we can be done. I think you did an excellent job.
Well, thanks.